Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
15 unexpected things you'll only see in Brazil.
Oh,
Number one is Anaconda Crossing. Whoosh, okay, what?
While the Netherlands has built bridges for their rabbits to cross highways, and India waits patiently for holy cows to cross the road, in Brazil, they've got a whole other beast on their hands. Yep, Brazilians have been sharing their street with giant green anacondas for years. These mega serpents are one of the largest snakes on Earth. That's right, this is not just a freak occurrence that happens from time to time. In fact, it's a routine occurrence. Imagine cruising down the road in your car and seeing one.
To be fair though, I mean, as scary as it does sound, here in Florida we have gator crossing. So if you show it to someone who's not familiar with gators, they're going to be like, what? So I feel like it is unexpected, but, and you know, anacondas we're not familiar, so to us it's like, oh my god. But I feel like if you're familiar with it, it's probably just like whatever. It's not like that as big of a deal as it sounds to be, you know.
Of these bad boys slithering right across your path. Yep, if you thought sitting in traffic was one of the worst things that could happen on your daily commute, think again. This gigantic 10-foot snake was trying to jaywalk, or should we say slither, when people began to get out of their cars to halt incoming traffic and alert drivers of a huge reptile. Thanks to the help of these thoughtful onlookers, the bold snake reached his final destination safely. We've heard of a zebra crossing, but never an anaconda crossing. What would you do if you saw this enormous snake coming towards you? Would you get out of your vehicle or just drive as far away as possible? Let us know what you think in the comments.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't like drive over it, so you would kind of just wait for it to cross. Because if you close the windows, they can't get in the car. So
they get into the car.
No, they can't. They're too thick. They're too big to get in the car. I don't think they can.
Number 14, the tallest water slide in the world.
Ooh.
This crazy water slide is as high as a 14-story building. That's right, this Brazilian ride is for the most extreme thrill seekers only. The famous Insano water slide sends people flying down a near vertical drop, reaching speeds of up to 65 miles per hour. It's truly one of a kind, and something you wouldn't experience anywhere else. Despite being 134 feet tall, the ride is over and done with in just 5 seconds.
Wow. Have you ever been on a water slide overall?
Not a water slide.
Not a water slide?
No.
I've been on the ones in like water parks. This one is open, so it's a little different. The thing with those that I've been, they're kind of close, so get a little claustrophobic in there. Especially you're sliding down, water's coming up your nose, and it's like very claustrophobic. It's not, I mean, it's fun, but it's like, I think the scaredness part come from the like being so close. And this, I would want to try this. I think.
Which one do you think is scary to do? This or closed?
That's why I would want to try it to compare. I think maybe this because of the height, because it's super high.
But I feel like when you get to this part, you're gonna go out and not just go down.
Oh no, you're gonna go down. But
my brain doesn't know that.
But this one, at least, it's open, so there's not that claustrophobia, you know.
Imagine lining up for this water slide all afternoon just for it to last a mere seconds. It must be really worth it. The notorious water slide was built in 1989 and holds the official Guinness World Record for the highest water slide on Earth. So, where can you find this free-falling tower of terror? That would be the famous beach park, located in Aquiraz, Brazil. Amazing, right?
Look at how high it is. Like, you're taller than the buildings.
High.
You look at... Wow. Yeah, this might be scarier than the close one.
It may be a warning. Be careful.
Have you guys ever ride this terrifying water slide? Number 13. Fisherman and Dolphin Alliance. In Laguna, Brazil, dolphins have formed a very unlikely and totally unique alliance with the local fishermen. That's right, this symbiotic relationship has been going on for over 30 years, and both parties are interested in one thing, and one thing only: mullets. We aren't talking about the awesome hairstyle, though. We're, of course, talking about the delicious fish. So how does it all work? Well, groups of up to 20 bottlenose dolphins work together to herd the schools of mullet fish towards the shore, where the Brazilian fishermen wait with their nets. The fishermen can't see the fish in the cloudy Laguna waters, and so the dolphins will slap their heads and fins against the waves to signal to their human buddies when it's time to cast their nets out.
Really?
This thrashing motion also works to break up the mullet fish into smaller groups, making them easier to catch. Pretty amazing, right?
Really?
These fishermen are dependent on these epic dolphins.
How did this come to be? That is
That's
so
nice.
such an interesting phenomenon. Wow.
To help them make their living. And elder dolphins will even teach the young dolphins how to help the fishermen catch mullet. It's like something straight out of a Disney Pixar movie. We always
It
knew
is.
that dolphins were the most awesome of the sea creatures. Where else in the world would this ever happen? Only in Brazil. Have you ever seen anything quite like this before?
That's nice.
That is interesting.
Number 12. Police riding buffaloes.
A what?
For over 25 years now,
buffalo.
this unusual mode of transport has been the preferred choice for a police force serving near the Amazon.
I mean, it's unorthodox to us because we don't don't ride buffaloes, but we do have police riding horses. So how is this if they ride buffaloes in Brazil? So it's just a mode of transport,
On River Delta, the rough terrain in the region has always been a problem, but the cops here don't rely on quad bikes or jeeps. Instead, they've adopted the Asian water buffalo in order to get from A to B. But why buffaloes? Well, the answer is quite simple.
What is the answer?
What do you think?
No idea.
They move faster through water and swamps than any other form of transport.
Okay.
And on the Amazon River island of Marajo, northern Brazil, it isn't just the police that make use of the area's huge buffalo population. You can also try a delicious scoop of buffalo ice cream, a slice of buffalo cheese, or even a juicy buffalo steak. Yep, Marajo.
Oh, buffalo steak. Okay, I get the idea. What is buffalo ice cream though?
So pretty much
Maybe they
worships
have
the
milk?
buffalo, and there are reports of up to 1 million of the furry-horned creatures living on the island. The local legend states that a freight ship carrying the exotic Asian water buffalo crashed on the coast here in 1890, and the ones that made it out of the shipwreck and onto the dry land multiplied, making this island the official second home for the water buffalo. We've got to admit, this is one of the seriously cool methods of transport.
That
and
is a very interesting myth. Well, I don't know, myth story. Yeah, they're very interesting.
a vehicle with fearsome horns is infinitely more impressive than a regular car. But what do you guys think? Number 11. Meeting of waters.
We see
Where the-
this. We saw this in one of the reactions we did. This is really cool.
Yeah, little mix.
Rio Negro and Rio Solimões rivers meet up to form the lower Amazon River. An amazing natural phenomenon has occurred. It goes by the name the Meeting of Waters, and it really is something special. A unique blend of different speeds, temperatures, and densities creates a spectacular visual display that lasts for 6 kilometers. The awesome sight is so significant that it can be viewed from space. While the Rio Negro River is a dark black color due to the plant material it picks up through the jungles of Colombia, the Rio Solimões is a paler brown color due to the sediment it collects as it flows from the Andes Mountains. And color is not the only difference. The Negro River is faster flowing, while the Solimões flows at a slower pace. Not only that, but there is a big temperature difference between the two as well.
This is a very unique phenomenon. Very cool. I don't think I've seen anything elsewhere, anything like this.
All these irreconcilable differences mean that when the two rivers finally clash in Brazil, their waters simply cannot merge together. It's a huge attraction for tourists who travel from all over the globe to witness this incredible force of nature. Just another reason why Brazil is such a unique and fascinating country. We'd love to take a boat trip to the Meeting of Waters. Wouldn't you?
To touch
Number
the meaning
10.
of waters. I would take one water here, one
I
water.
don't know though if you can see one up close. I think this is the you want to do for a helicopter or something. I think that's more impressive than down there. Because the only thing I would want to go there is to swim, but I don't know if those waters are swimmable. I don't know what kind of animals are inside because I ain't trying to be eaten by no gator or crocodile.
Apparently you are, or anaconda.
Feijoada,
Anaconda.
the national dish of Brazil. This is one plate of food that really represents the country perfectly. It's hearty, strong in flavor, and not for the weak.
Feijoada, he said. Yeah, feijoada.
This adaptable bean stew is served everywhere in Brazil, from fine
Yeah, we
dining
saw
restaurants to street vendors, and Brazilians can't get enough of this meaty dish. Yep, feijoada is the official taste of Brazil. The word feijão means bean in Portuguese, and the core ingredient of this unique dish is, of course, the black bean, which is then stewed over low heat with salted pork, beef, and smoked sausage. You really want to sample a bowl of this soul food. And if you don't have your plane ticket to Brazil booked yet, then hopefully you will run into one or two expat Brazilians selling this delicious delicacy at international food markets around the world. Number 9. The world's largest cashew tree. Can you imagine one giant tree that feels like an entire forest? It might sound unbelievable, but it's totally real. Yep, the O Maior Cajueiro do Mundo is the world's largest cashew tree, and it produces one of the world's most delicious nuts. We love
cashew like this.
Oh yeah, you don't like cashews, but that's neither here nor there. Look at those branches, how branched out is. I've never seen a tree like that. Wow.
Nuts. So we would definitely want to check out this enormous and abundant tree if we were ever to visit Brazil. A huge sprawling canopy envelopes the walkways surrounding this miraculous plant, and it has multiple trunks that spread across 2 whole acres. You can find this beloved cashew tree nearby the beautiful Parangi beach on Brazil's coast, and it's now a popular tourist attraction after entering the Guinness World Records in 1994.
I would think so.
Have you ever seen a tree quite like this before? Number 8. The fire-friendly plant. It doesn't get any more unexpected than this. We've heard of life-saving plants in the Amazon, but what about a flower that comes back from the dead after a devastating wildfire? Yep, we've heard a lot about raging forest fires in Brazil over the last couple of years, but did you know that there's a unique flower in Brazil that actually springs into life straight after a fire has passed?
Wow.
Yeah, just one day later, this hardy little plant experiences a super bloom, and it's stunning. Bulbosas Paradoxa is a Brazilian plant that has adapted to wildlife in the most astonishing way. While trees in the area are razed and destroyed, the fighter flower survives and thrives. They can be found in the awesomely biodiverse savanna.
That's very interesting. Wow.
Back in the day.
Lands in the Cerrado in Brazil, and are just one of the tens of thousands of amazing and unique species that live in the South American biome. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. There's nowhere quite like Brazil. Number 7. Mount Roraima, the triple border.
Have you seen this too? The 3 countries border, yeah.
How on earth has a famous movie not been filmed here yet? This exquisite location is by far one of the most interesting border points in the world, dividing Brazil from Guyana and Venezuela. Mount Roraima rests in between the 3 countries.
Wow.
But I think, like a lot of countries have like those natural borders, which is like, it's a mountain. Oh, it's okay. I can't cross it. Country ends here. So I think kind of makes sense. Like it's because a lot of, I don't know if it was Brazil or one of the other countries there's a lot of like river borders too. I think it was Brazil. There's a lot of river borders. So it makes sense that the nature, like the landscape kind of borders it, the country.
It's the highest of the Pacaraima mountain chain in South America. Isn't it stunning? Not only is it breathtaking, but it's also one of the oldest geological formations on the entire planet, dating back to about 2 billion years ago. Whoa! Indigenous people in the area had a deep respect for this mountainous sandstone plateau, which they believed was an ancient tree stump, felled from a gigantic tree that held all of the fruit and vegetables in the world. When it was chopped down by trickster Macunaíma, it is said that the epic tree crashed to the earth and caused a devastating flood. Today, traveling backpackers and climbers scale the mammoth triple-bordered mountain, and scientists rush to the spot to discover a new isolated species that have thrived on this unique and barren rock surface. What a truly amazing place Mount Roraima is. Another jewel of Brazil. Number 5. So what does the average beach scene in Brazil look like? Well, there's plenty of tanning and sunbathing to be seen, just like anywhere else in the world. However, there's something quite different about the beach bum lifestyle here that makes Brazil so special. Being athletic in Brazil is just a normal way of life. So whether it's dancing, football, futsal, MMA, or volleyball, practically every Brazilian person possesses at least some basic skills in one of those sports.
When this many people play, they have their own rules. They start kicking the ball. Oh, so it's not volleyball.
You can kick the ball in volleyball. You can kick the ball. You get 3 touches. How you touch it, it don't matter. Like you cannot like hold the ball, but like you kick a sport. It's rare because it's ineffective, but like if all you can do is kick, like if you're going far, you can't reach with your arms, you can kick it. Kick, head is also, you can do it,
Soccer or football, then you will already know what an incredible reputation Brazil has on the world playing field. After all, they're the only country
So
to have...
what is this fact? So that Brazilians like sports? I don't know how that's unexpected. That's pretty expected. They're a big sports country.
Ever won 5 World Cup titles. Yep, when the World Cup comes around every 4 years, most Brazilians are even allowed to work part-time or not at all in order to catch the Brazil games. Okay, we'll admit it. We are kind of jealous. It's not only ball games like soccer and volleyball.
Okay, so I think what they're playing here is not volleyball. It's like a kickball. I don't know what you would call it. It's just basically you play it over volleyball net, but it's only with legs. It's a mix of soccer and volleyball. I think it's like I've never played it personally, but I've seen it being played. I mean, it's just a different game.
Brazilians excel in. No, martial arts such as Capoeira and Jiu-Jitsu are a way of life in Brazil, and keeping fit and healthy in general is super important in this South American country. We can't think of another country that is more fitness obsessed. What about you guys?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of countries in the world that are fitness obsessed. I don't think this is like so unique to Brazil to say that they're the only country in the world.
Number 4, floating island Iguazu Falls. On the border of the Argentine province of Misiones and the
We saw this in the Argentina video, the Iguazu Falls.
Brazilian state of Paraná, there is a natural wonder that rivals all others in the world. From the Guarani or Tupi words, Y, meaning water, and Uasu, meaning big. Iguazu literally translates to big water. And it doesn't come much bigger than this.
Wow.
Yep, this legendary Iguazu Falls may be one of the most beautiful waterfalls on the entire planet. But it's also the largest waterfall system in the entire world. It completely dwarfs Niagara Falls, as Iguazu measures in at a whopping 269 feet compared to Niagara's height of 165.
Yeah, I believe in the video they said this is one of the 7 world wonders, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what they said about this.
Feet. We didn't think it was even possible to outshine Niagara Falls. With its 275 distinct falls and large floating islands, that exquisite South American waterfall system is like nowhere else on Earth. We think that it looks like a location straight out of a thrilling adventure movie. How did Brazil get so lucky? We really want to go and check this phenomenal waterfall out. What do you guys think of the Iguazu Falls? Number 3, Carnaval. Does your hometown host?
Oh, what? You're supposed to be unexpected. I feel like Carnival is like one of the biggest things.
That's what I expect.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things Brazil is known for.
The Carnival? Well, you might as well forget about your local festivals, dance parties, and street fests, because the truth is that nothing really compares to Brazil's carnival scene, and even more specifically, the Rio Carnaval. Yep, it's the party to end all parties, and the hottest carnival in the entire world. You just can't beat it. This insane bash first began way back in 1723, in the week running up to Lent. And it's gone from...
I thought the lions were real.
I thought they were real tigers
I was
too.
like...
But the way they were walking, I was like, these are some injured tigers.
To strength ever since. Loud, colorful costumes, banging
I
music,
love the
and millions of
costumes.
party-loving people all combined in this
colors.
legendary Sambadrome
I
Arcade
think
de
Brazil has a
Sapucaí.
pretty color flag. It's pretty.
Yeah,
I like
it
the
is. I
colors.
like Brazilian flag.
The venue and the atmosphere is always totally electric. And that isn't even half of it. Outside the Sambadrome, over 300 street parties take place, bringing the whole city to life. This is one party where everyone is invited, including the rest of the world. If you ever dreamed of traveling to Brazil, then the beginning of each calendar year really is the best time to go out and get a true Brazilian experience. Bring your best feathered headdress, and we'll meet you at the Sambadrome. Number 2, Capoeira. Get ready for a...
He just did the sports. And he mentioned Capoeira there already. Okay, he's running out of ideas, I see.
martial art like no other, a fighting dance that has
Because
evolved
I feel
over
like
the
the
decades
first
and centuries,
10 were
stemming
pretty
from the
good.
rich
But
cultural
after that, it
diversity
started being
informing
like,
Brazil
okay, we
from
know
over
this
4
already.
different continents. It's thought to have originated in the 16th century as a method of fighting and self-defense used by enslaved Africans and disguised as a dance. Nowadays, this art is a phenomenon all over the world, but Brazil is still the home of Capoeira. The ginga, a rocking step, is at the center of this complex dance, keeping the capoeirista in a constant state of motion while they fight in the roda, which is a circle formed of singers and musicians that provide the rhythm for the capoeira match. Yet there's no other discipline quite like the unique art of capoeira, and it's been an important part of the Brazilian culture for centuries now. If you want to give it a go, then you don't have to travel to South America, as there are lots of schools all over the world where you can get involved. But if you want to get right to the heart of this awe-inspiring martial art, you simply must head to its birthplace in Brazil for the true capoeira experience. Number 1. Passions for the forest.
Okay.
As much as we've heard stories about logging and degradation in Brazil, one thing is absolutely for sure. The people of Brazil have a fierce loyalty to Mother Nature unlike anywhere else in the world. While Brazil unfortunately faces huge amounts of industry and logging that threatens their forests, including the precious Amazon rainforest, there are people out there fighting to make sure the country has a bright and luscious future instead of a barren one. This awesome Brazilian couple regrew an entire forest in the Minas Gerais state in just 20 years, and their work is not done yet. Just by planting native plants and trees on the lifeless, degrading plot of land, Brazilian photojournalist Sebastião Ribeiro Salgado and his wife, Lelia de Luz Banek
Almost 3 million trees they planted by themselves. Wow, that's a
beautiful.
life mission, huh? Wow.
Salgado managed to revive their old cattle ranch and transform it into a living, breathing forest that boasts 300 species of trees and saw the return of over 170 species of birds, 30 species of mammals, and 15 species of reptiles and amphibians. That's right, this inspiring Brazilian couple brought a forest back to life, and hopefully many more all over the world will follow in their footsteps. There's only one planet Earth after all. We told you that Brazil was an awesome place. Yep, this vibrant country.
That's it.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.